I've always been a bit of a thrill seeker, the kind of person who loves the adrenaline rush of roller coasters and haunted houses. So, when my friends suggested visiting Disneyland, I was immediately on board. The main attraction for me was the Haunted Mansion, classic Disney ride I'd heard so much about. As we approached the mansion, I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. Eerie architecture, its Gothic towers and gargoyles, was even more imposing in person. We joined the line, and as we waited, I listened to the whispered stories of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena. Finally, it was our turn to board the Doom Buggy. As we glided through the haunted halls, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The ghostly figures seemed more real than ever, their eyes following our every move. When we reached the graveyard scene, I felt a chill run down my spine. Particularly gruesome-looking ghost, with a skeletal face and glowing eyes, seemed to be staring directly at me. I tried to convince myself it was just a special effect, but the feeling of being watched was undeniable. As we continued through the mansion, the atmosphere grew increasingly tense. The laughter of the ghostly inhabitants echoed through the halls, creating a haunting and unsettling ambient. I couldn't help but wonder if the ghosts were aware of our presence, or if they were simply trapped in their eternal existence. Then it happened. As we passed through a particularly dark corridor, I felt a cold, icy hand brush against my leg. I jumped, startled, and looked around frantically. There was nothing there, but the sensation was real, and it sent a shiver down my spine. My friends laughed at my reaction, insisting that it was just my imagination. But I knew better. I had felt something that couldn't be explained by mere special effects. As we exited the haunted mansion, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. I looked back at the imposing building, and for a moment, I thought I saw a figure standing at one of the windows. But when I looked again, it was gone. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't stop thinking about my encounter in the haunted mansion. The ghostly hand that had brushed against my leg, the eerie laughter that had filled the halls. I was convinced that I had experienced something truly supernatural.